Hey y'all, I was at Dollar Tree today and I went in to get the wood rounds because I wanted to make some ornaments for you, or with you, but they didn't have any. What I did find is these house forms. Now, I don't know if your Dollar Tree has had them, but this is the first time I saw them at my Dollar Tree. And so I was like, I can do something with this, and for $1, seriously. So I pulled off the tags, and if you've not used one of these, it is a glue and residue eraser. It's not an eraser per se, but if you have that sticky, if you rub it real hard, well, not real hard, but just over it periodically, it's a rubber that pulls that sticky up. So good. And Dollar Tree has them. So it is worth that dollar investment. So I'll set that aside. So what I did was I took this house form and my brain went, let's make it two-sided. Let's get double use out of it. So I painted one side black, the other side gingerbread color. So what I used is Americana Ebony, which is lamp black, and I used the apple barrel in classic caramel. Now, I thought I was using apple barrel on both, but I wasn't. And then I am going to use, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the bright white to make the outline of the house. I'm going to do something I've not done before, but I know it'll work. I say that with all the confidence. But I'm going to set this on, but I don't want all of it white because it's a haunted house. But I do want these scallops. And so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paintbrush and I'm going to just paint in the scallop area as we go up. So the paint will push through those areas, but not through the whole thing. On my haunted house side, I'm going to use the square window and the square door. And I am going to add some little ghosties coming out the window because I think that would be fun. So that is the plan. Let's go ahead and get started with our haunted house side. So, I'll scale. Make sure it's nice and even. I'm sorry. Oh, good. My head's not in the way. Do I want it down that far? Maybe we'll go up just a hair. I want it over the edge just a bit. Goodness, I cannot get this the way I want it. And I know how I don't want it too far down. There we go. So we want to stick the green because the green is what needs to be stuck down. That's what's going to block the paint. So I open my white, and instead of using my squeegee, using a paintbrush. So we want to get it on there, and I want to just kind of put it through. I want to do it quickly because this is the old paint, and the old paint dries a lot quicker, and it'll get stuck, and that would be not what I wanted. So we don't want it. We don't want it to pull the chalk paint up. We want it to stay down. Now, I know what you're thinking. I could have just painted this on myself, and you're not wrong. But it would not have given me the clean lines that I want. So, hopefully, this is going to have nice, sharp lines at those scallops, which is what we're looking for. Not too bad. It'll work. So let's go in and do a little touch up. Since I already have the paintbrush. those peaks really well. So we'll just go back in and make sure we have peaks, which is what I'm looking for. So now, see, the bottom came out the way I wanted. These two, not so much, but it's okay because it could have a little bit extra, and it is fall, and some people will have snow by then. So I don't know why I just closed that. I still need it. So keep that wet so that it's easier to clean. Now, let's put our door on. And I am not centering the door because I have the little ghosties that I want to have flying up, and I want them on the side of the house. So we're offsetting that doorway. Now I will link, or at least give you a list of everything that I used to do this, because I think it's kind of cool to get double duty. And for those of you tier tray lovers, this would be really cute on your Halloween tiered tray, but then also you can use it again by flipping it around for your fall or Christmas tier tray. So I believe in let's get as much use as we can so that we don't have to continually reinvent the wheel. I teach full-time, so it is very difficult for me to keep up with all the holidays, if you will. And I teach secondary, so if I were an elementary teacher, it might be a little bit easier because I'm doing it at school, but I don't decorate at school. So this is all about getting as much use as I can at home. So got our squish it in, real good. Straight it off. So the last thing we're going to do is our ghosties. What did I do? There we go. Almost thought I had it stuck there. That would not have been beautiful. So now, I'm going to really quickly dry the windows so that I can get my ghosts in there. So it's going to be a little loud. And not too loud. All right, so there's that. Take my little ghosts. If I can. Go. They're going to come out the window and up. I need my littler squeegee, but I don't have it with me right now, so I'm just going to have to hope for the best. You can always use my finger. Fingers are good. The tool God gave you. Fingers. So it just kills me. People are like, you're using your hands? Well, of course. It's the first tool I learned to use. Well, let's put that lid on that for now, because we're going to have to let this side dry before we can do the other side. And there are our little ghosties coming out the window of our little haunted house. Now let's let that dry for a few minutes, and I'll be back and we'll do the other side. Okay, now that our haunted house is dry, let's flip it over, and this time, well, make sure it's dry. Try blow drying it, and it's like, yeah, close enough. So this time I did switch out for a smaller squeegee so that I'd have a little bit more control. Put our little scallop down. See, I went for the smaller one. And let us, we're going to do the whole top. Now, the reason I'm doing it on this side, where I fill in everything, is because this is gingerbread and we would have iced it. And so everybody loves to put that icing on. Put it on nice and thick. And there is that. Again, I'm going to spray it down so that it's easier for me to clean that stencil. That's the only reason why I put water on it, is because that keeps the ink, the paste wet. And so when I go to wash it, it's still damp enough that it just washes right out. If you let it dry, you have to kind of scrub it a little bit more. So on this one, I am going to put that door pretty close to the center because we're going to put a Christmas tree on it. Now, one of the things that you could do, for those of you who are better at making bows than I am, is wrap ribbon around the edge and make it, you could make it that black and orange plaid and put it all the way around, and that would fit both holidays. And you could put a bow at the top, or a flower at the top, or hay at the top, whatever you want to put at the top. But I am really more minimalist when it comes to this. And while sometimes I think, well, you know, I'll put this on there, I feel like I overdo it some days. And then I hate it from that moment forward. And that's not good. So let's put it down a little bit further. I don't want him too much taller than the door. I probably should make him shorter than the door, but let's see how that works. I'll put him there because we're going to put a really tall tree right there. The same tree that we used on our sign that we did on Saturday, or if you're not with me on the right day, but in our last video, let's put it that way. So there's our window. Set that aside. Now I do have a present that I could put, a candy cane, which I might put. So I may just hang those somewhere. But what I'd like to do is get our tree on. Now, which tree do we want? But we definitely want green. So let's close this up. We'll use our meadow that we used the other day. In our last videos, wipe that white paste off because we don't need it anymore. And let's try to go with the one that's all stems. I really do like that one. And we just want him. We don't want the other guys, so it'll be fine. Let's get a squeegee. Now again, just like the white, the green, the meadow is the old formula. So it's thicker, it dries quicker. I'm a hater when it comes to the old, and like I said, I feel so bad about that because it's perfectly fine. It's just not the one I like, and so therefore, you know, squish it down in there real good because I don't feel like I did that the other day. Another tree. And what we'll do is we'll put either a present beside it or the candy cane to give it just a little more rouge. Yeah, that is much better than the one I did the other day. But practice makes perfect. And I could have done better then, but I was just being extra. Call myself extra. I don't know if it's extra. I think I'm pretty basic for a lot of things. That's a little bit of it's like though. All right, that is too big. I think that might be too big as well. So, you know what we're going to do? We are going to take our paste, our beautiful yummy red, and a paintbrush, and we're just going to put some ornaments on. Okay, some reason yesterday as I started to put the little ornaments on, I lost the recording. So here's our little tree with our ornaments on it. In the window, I painted a little bit of holly. You'll see the green leaves with the red berries. Red berries always indicates holly. White berries would indicate mistletoe. So if you're ever in doubt, red berries, holly, white, mistletoe. I will probably wrap it with some of the Dollar Tree battery operated lights. I think they're adorable, and it will give us this Christmas house. I might also put the lights on this side because I think it would be cute. They have a lot of different colors I could use. I could even use some little different colors of cellophane to make it look more one way or another. But I can get purple, and so that might be an option for this side. So there is our double-sided house, Dollar Tree blank, and all the materials from Chalk Couture. And if you liked it, let me know, which side do you like? Do you think either side needs a little more? I'm kind of bad about either doing too much or not enough. So let me know what you think. Actually, I'm looking at it now thinking, oh, I could have put a wreath right there, and that would be adorable. But that's for another day. So give us a thumbs up, give us a like, subscribe, and I'll be back on Thursday. So remember, I'm here Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. DIY with Jeannie. That would be me, Jeannie. And we'll see you next time.